Hello everybody and welcome to Written in Blood. My name is John and today I'm going to be doing a quite small library haul. Yesterday I went to the library here in Bakersfield, California. They have a pretty big selection of books that are 50 cents a piece. They're used, of course. And they have a pretty wide variety of genres also, general fiction, science fiction, fantasy, and of course you know me, I'm looking for horror. So I've got 5 books here. So let's get underway. The first book I've got is the Mammoth Book of Best New Horror, Volume 16. And this is edited by Stephen Jones. And it has stories in it by people such as Ramsey Campbell, Tim Levin, Poppy Z. Bright, Neil Gaiman, Kim Newman, Lisa Tuttle, Tanith Lee, and that's just to name a few. There's probably about 20 stories in here. I believe this was published originally in 2005. So that is the Mammoth Book of Best New Horror, Volume 16. Okay. Next up, this one is by Ken Youll and Joe Malk. Now, I've never heard of Joe Malk. I don't know anything that he's written. If anybody knows anything about the guy, about what he's written, hey, let me know in the comments below. Ken Youll, I have read one of his books, which was the House of Cain, and that's a vampire novel. And I read that a long time ago, but this is Claw. And it's a kind of an animals gone wild genetic experimentation book. When Raja, a 700-pound, 4-foot-tall Siberian tiger, kills his nighttime keeper, all indications are that the tiger has somehow been able to breach the high walls and heavy fencing that surround him and to drag her into his pen. It is a seemingly impossible fact, and Dr. Meg Brewster, the young and beautiful veterinarian for the LA Zoo, senses that something more than human error or animal nature is at play. Once Raja is free of his cage at the zoo, it is as a bloodthirsty killer that he stalks first Griffith Park and then the hills outside Los Angeles. The city is thrown into a panic by reports of sightings, and many areas of the metropolis racked as though under siege. Meg Brewster, herself caught in an emotional struggle between her estranged husband, a renegade animal rights activist, and one of her co-workers with whom she is rapidly falling in love, undertakes a desperate chase to stop the tiger before he can kill more. Joined by these 2 men, she sets out to track Raja, unaware that there are others in on the chase as well, intent that neither Raja nor Meg nor any of her search party survive. For Raja is no ordinary tiger, and Meg is soon confronted by the horrible truth behind his escape and violence, that he has been the subject of dangerous experiments designed to exploit his natural instinct of aggression and to adapt it to man's use. Fast-paced, terrifying, and completely believable, Claw is both an exciting adventure story and a cautionary tale on the theme of aggression, that of the beast and that of man, and the dangers inherent when man attempts to shape the forces of animal nature through genetic experimentation. Sorry about getting tongue-tied there. That is Claw. And I don't know about you, but this does not sound completely believable. Sounds like it might be a lot of fun, but completely believable? Yeah, who wrote this dust jacket? All right, next up is from John Ferris, who, as an author, has always been very hit and miss with me. Some of his books are just very awesome, very thrilling, very suspenseful. My favorite of his is Son of the Endless Night, but then some of his books are just, I don't know, what was he thinking? But this is You'll Scare Me. And the premise of this one sounds really good. Jubilation County, Georgia, 10 years ago. Chase Emmerich was 14 when her mother married Crow Tillman. Maybe it was his creepy name or his sinister good looks. Maybe it was the glass eye with a bolt of lightning for a pupil that he kept covered with a black eye patch. Or maybe it was the rattlesnake tattoo that curled around his left wrist onto his hand, but for some reason Chase never trusted Crow. Then one terrifying night of horror proved what Chase had felt all along. Crow Tillman was pure evil. New Haven, Connecticut, present day. Crow Tillman is 10 years dead, but he hasn't stopped haunting Chase Emmerich. Everyone she's ever been close to suffers horrible fates, leaving Chase all alone in this world. Haunted by Crow, she has spent the last 10 years of her life proving mathematically that a dimension lies unseen in our reality, one where the dead can inflict their will on the living, another world of horror where Crow Tillman is in complete control. Adam Cameron is a campus cop, and he's utterly smitten by Chase's frailty, beauty, and genius. But getting close to Chase drags Adam into a world he didn't bargain for, and head-to-head with the essence of evil and the reality of death. There's only one way to get Crow Tillman to leave Chase alone. To battle him, you must first die. That sounds pretty interesting, I gotta admit. That sounds pretty cool. This is You'll Scare Me by John Ferris. I love this cover. It's a pretty creepy looking cover. I guess this is Crow in the background. Yeah, it says he has a lightning bolt, and there's the namesake right there, the crows. And next up I've got from Graham Masterton, and this is Snowman. And it says it's a new terrifying Rook thriller. Who's Rook? I have not read anything by Graham Masterton that features the character of Rook. So if anybody knows who Rook is and can recommend some other books about him or that feature him, let me know. But this is Snowman. Out in the snowy waste of Alaska, a presence watches over you and protects you. It expects something in return. It expects something in return, but sometimes the price is more than you want to pay. Jim Rook has a special talent, the ability to see ghosts and spirits. Okay, that explains a little bit there. Jack Hubbard, a young half-caste Inuit, joins Rook's remedial English class while his father is completing a documentary film about his epic journey across Alaska. When his students begin to die one by one, Rook is convinced that a supernatural malevolence is stalking the campus. Gradually, he becomes aware that the key to the murders lies in Alaska and in the deadly bargain Jack's father made there. And that's it. That's a pretty short synopsis. Tells you just enough. That's Snowman by Graham Masterton. And finally, I have got from Guy and Smith, and this is Blackout. And yeah, this is the same Guy and Smith that wrote the Crab books. And he's got one listed here called Werewolf by Midnight. That sounds right up my alley. But this is Blackout. A terrifying journey through time from a master horror writer. In a hunting lodge in the remote American Midwest, a family prepares to set out a devastating storm. In the morning, the hut is still standing, but is deteriorated and is filled with a dreadful, pervasive stench. Outside, their station wagon has corroded, and the tires have rotted, and the trees in the forest have withered with age. The family is trapped, surrounded by baying wolves. Then a stranger appears, a trapper from the past with talk of engines and wild animals. Suddenly, it is all too real. The storm has created a time warp in this remote valley, and the family is fighting for survival in an ancient, hostile land. And that's it. That's the synopsis there for Blackout. This is Blackout. And that's going to do it. That is, like I said, my quite small library haul. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe. If you just want to hit the thumbs up, but hey, you can subscribe too. That's all right. Anyway, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.